Thursday, Christmas Day, 12/25/2025. Merry Christmas to everyone out there, and hopefully a Happy New Year coming up. Talking points for the Stargate movie of 1994 with Kurt Russell and James Spader. The Egyptian language that was used was a real version of the language that's still used today. Kurt Russell plays Lieutenant Colonel Jack O'Neill, the tragic hero fighting himself over the loss of his son, who died accidentally in a horrific accident, and fighting deep depression that almost cost him his life and everyone around him on his mission to the planet of Abydos in this science fiction fantasy. And of course, James Spader, plays Dr. Daniel Jackson, the nerd alert brainiac of this movie, and he's completely misunderstood, and he's on the verge of losing everything: his reputation in the academic field, his apartment, has very limited resources and funds. He gets offered an opportunity to review these notes and this archaeology piece of equipment that they found in Egypt a long time ago by the lady whose father discovered it. He helps decipher it and helps activate this ancient weapon / tool that transports people to different planets. And this allows a team from Earth to go to this other planet through this hyperdrive ring called a Stargate. And that's where they discover the main villains called the Goa'uld, which are alien parasites that use humans as an expendable resource, and they steal technology and resources from other cultures around the galaxy, including humans. And Earth is the center point of where all human life comes from. And the Goa'uld would steal humans from Earth, putting them all over the galaxy, different places, using the Stargate system, which is very scary. They completely oppressed the human race and used them as resources, not even conscious beings, as they use them as resources, and they burrow their way inside to humans and suppress the personality of the human and use them basically as living robots, which is completely terrifying. Almost a horror movie terrifying. But anyway, I digress. The oppressed peoples of Abydos that live there on that desert planet with barely any resources, and what they do have, they're forcing them up to their alien overlords who suck the life out of them and their resources, as most overlords do. The soldiers from Earth, led by Colonel Jack O'Neill, and Dr. Jackson as their lead researcher in linguistics to help them understand the languages that may come about. O'Neill was given an ulterior motive to not just explore and do exploration with his soldiers and Dr. Jackson, but to access the area, see if there was any threat to Earth, and if so, discreetly find a way to blow everything up with a secret nuke that he was carrying with the equipment, which I don't know how they pulled that off, but they did. But yeah, there's that. And of course, O'Neill has to overcome his self-destructive mentality that he's almost let overcome him, that almost ends his life, along with his fellow soldiers and researcher of Dr. Jackson. And Dr. Jackson helps him face that and helps him to come to grips a little bit with the loss of his son, and helps him to, I guess, reconcile that a little bit, and helps him to help the people of Abydos to stand up and unite with the soldiers to overthrow and kill the overlords, which was basically this parasite pretending to be Ra, the Egyptian deity of the sun, and was using resources to make it look like he was a god when he wasn't. He was just pretending. And what was it? And O'Neill and the soldiers returned to Earth and pretend that they blew up the settlement, which they didn't. And Dr. Jackson was presented with an arranged marriage from one of the leaders daughters, and he actually accepted, which I questioned greatly. That's a whole nother video. And he stayed on Abydos with her, and that was interesting. That's a whole other video itself. But anyway, the conclusion of this particular video is that this is a beautiful sci-fi story of redemption, loyalty, and hope, overcoming deep depression, and a look into that, creating long-lasting friendships with other cultures, a story of helping others that are strangers at first, and a story of new beginnings that no one saw coming, of epic proportions. Over and out.